Tired of spending your evenings summarizing regulations? Your new digital farmhand works for free. Welcome to Easy Business Automation. We're all about helping you, the business owner, use AI and automation to save time and, frankly, a lot of stress without you having to become a tech person.
And today, we're focusing on something I think is really fascinating: harvesting the future. AI strategies for small-scale agricultural resilience.
Yeah.
Agriculture doesn't immediately scream tech to most people,
Not at all.
but the benefits for small farms are just massive.
Absolutely. And that's what we're going to show you. We'll get into exactly where AI can replace those manual tasks, how it compares to conventional methods, and we'll give you 3 simple actions you can take this month to put AI to work.
We really should start with why this is so urgent. I mean, farmers are facing these huge challenges all at once. You've got limited land, labor shortages.
Oh, the labor shortages are a huge one.
Huge. And then there's unpredictable climate change on top of it all. The traditional ways of doing things, where they're really struggling to keep up. It's like the perfect storm of risk. But that's where the opportunity is, right? The flip side is AI. And the data we looked at is pretty compelling. Studies are showing AI can boost crop yields by around 25%. And get this, it can cut losses from pests by 50%. I mean, those are not small changes. That's the kind of thing that changes your whole year financially.
They absolutely do. And for small operators specifically, an OECD study we reviewed showed the return on investment. It was around 120%.
Wait, hang on. 120%. How is that possible? Why would a small farm get so much more benefit than a giant corporate farm that can afford all the latest gadgets?
It's a great question. It really comes down to leverage. A huge farm might already have, high-tech tractors and software, so their gains are smaller, more incremental.
Okay.
But for a smallholder, the initial software investment is pretty low, maybe just a subscription, and that small cost is just dwarfed by the massive gains they get from precision. They go from general to data-driven almost overnight.
So they're getting the biggest leap in efficiency because of where they're starting from. That makes total sense. Let's make this real, though. We looked at the case of Rob and Eliza Tolley, sheep producers in Tasmania.
Yes, they're a perfect example because they run a traditional livestock business. This isn't some sci-fi vertical farm.
Right. So what does Rob do? He uses a simple AI chatbot.
He does, every day. But not for robotics. It's for admin and data processing, right there in the sheep yards.
What does that actually look like in the field?
It looks like making smart decisions on the spot. So he collects data fleece records, feed costs, lambing rates, but he can't possibly cross-reference all that in his head.
No way.
So he just asks the AI to analyze it, to find which paddocks, which group of lambs are giving him the fastest weight gains. The AI does that complex number crunching instantly.
So he goes from a gut feeling about which pasture is best to having actual data that says, hey, this combination gives you a 15% better return.
Exactly. It's taking raw data and turning it into actionable knowledge. It helps him decide when to buy feed, how to rotate pastures, when to sell. It's all about maximizing every single resource.
Okay, so let's unpack the core concepts then.
Yeah.
As you need to know what the tools are, but also what they're not good at. We're going to focus on 3 main types of AI that you can access pretty much right away. First up, the easiest one, AI chatbots. Generative AI. In just one sentence, what is this?
It's basically a software program that's brilliant at simulating human conversation and generating text. Think of it as your low-cost digital admin assistant.
So its strength is handling paperwork, drafting emails, that kind of thing.
Yes, it's a huge time saver. It can synthesize big blocks of text. Imagine drafting a grant proposal or creating staff procedures. It does the first draft for you.
I have to admit, I'm a little skeptical here. If I'm a farmer and I'm already drowning in paperwork, how can I trust feeding sensitive info into one of these tools? What are the weaknesses?
That is the most important question to ask. The main weakness is accuracy. Sometimes these models can hallucinate, which means they make things up but sound very convincing.
Right.
You have to treat everything it gives you as a first draft, never the final product. And for data security, never paste private financial records or staff details into a public tool unless you are absolutely certain about their privacy settings.
Crucial point. It's a drafter, not the final decision maker. Okay, next one. Moving into the physical world. Computer vision, or CV. This is the AI that can see.
Exactly. It uses deep learning models. So instead of programming rules, you just show it thousands of examples. You want it to spot a diseased apple. You show it thousands of pictures of healthy apples and sick ones until it learns to see the difference itself.
It's learning by repetition, like a human would, but on a massive scale.
Mm.
And in the field, this is efficient because of what?
Accuracy and speed. A CV system can scan images from a drone or even your phone and spot crop disease with over 90% accuracy, often way before the human eye would
And
notice.
after the harvest.
Post-harvest, it's a powerhouse for quality control. It can sort produce by size, shape, and color faster and more consistently than any person could.
Okay, so what's the catch? It sounds like you need a lot of expensive equipment.
Not necessarily. The real weakness is the training data. For it to spot a local pest, it needs a huge library of high-quality images of that specific pest in your environment. So the initial setup requires good data.
Got it. Okay, number 3, which brings us back to the toll farm. Predictive analytics. This uses machine learning, or ML. Let's demystify that.
Machine learning just means teaching a computer to find patterns and make forecasts on its own. It's like a weather forecast, but instead of clouds, it's analyzing your historical crop prices, soil moisture, and market trends.
So if I've got 10 years of data in a spreadsheet, the ML algorithm can spot the connections that I would completely miss.
Precisely. Its biggest strength is reducing risk. It can help you forecast commodity prices so you can decide the absolute best week to sell your crops. It's about moving from guesswork to data-backed decisions.
That sounds amazing for planning. But what if my data is a mess? What if my records are incomplete or on paper?
And that is the crucial weakness. Predictive analytics needs clean, detailed data. If you feed it bad information, you know the saying, garbage in, garbage out, the forecast will be unreliable.
Okay, we've got the tools. Now let's connect them to the real pain points across the different roles on a small farm.
Let's start with the one that causes the most stress. Admin and compliance. The paperwork. Before AI, you're spending hours reading dense government regulations or trying to write a grant application from a blank page.
Total time sake. So with an AI chatbot, how does that change?
Okay, let's say a new 40-page farm safety plan comes out. You paste that text into the chatbot and say, summarize the 3 biggest changes for a farm my size and draft me a compliance checklist. It does that in seconds. You've just saved a whole day of work.
It pulls the signal from the noise. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
From the office to the field, operations and field management.
The old pain point here is waste. Wasting water by irrigating on a fixed schedule. Wasting time in fuel walking fields to manually spot pests.
And this is where that other term comes in, IoT, the Internet of Things. What is that for a farmer?
IoT just means you have a bunch of small, interconnected sensors, things like soil moisture probes. They talk directly to the AI, feeding it real-time data so the system knows the exact conditions in each part of your field.
And that leads directly to savings.
Absolutely. AI-driven irrigation uses that live data to water only when and where it's needed. Studies show this can increase water efficiency by 20 to 30%.
And for pests, we're talking about computer vision again.
Yes. Drones or even just simple cameras can spot the very first signs of mold or rot. The system alerts your phone, telling you the exact spot that needs attention. No more blanket spraying.
So much more precise. All right, let's talk about the customer side, marketing and sales. The pain here is you're too busy to answer questions or you have no time for social media.
That's classic low-hanging fruit for automation. You're losing sales because a customer is waiting for an answer.
So AI can be a brainstorming partner for content.
Exactly. You give it your weekly harvest list and say, give me 10 social media post ideas with hashtags. It turns an hour of writing into 5 minutes of editing.
And for customer service.
You set up a simple chatbot on your website or Facebook page. It instantly answers the top 3 questions you always get. What are your hours? What's available for you pick? It cuts your response time to 0 for those common queries.
Perfect. Finally, let's circle back to the owner and leadership role. The big picture decisions. The pain point is having all this data in spreadsheets, but not being able to see the trends.
This is where predictive analytics really shines. Before, you might know your feed costs were up, but you didn't know exactly why or how it connected to your lambing rates.
How does the AI connect those dots for you?
You can feed in your data, all of it, and ask the AI a specific question, like, is there a statistical link between the body condition of our ewes and our final lambing percentages? The AI will run that analysis and come back with a clear answer.
And that's actionable. It tells you exactly where to focus your resources next year to get a better result.
Precisely. It moves you from just tracking data to actually defining strategy. You're allocating resources for the best possible return on investment.
We've covered a lot here, from saving time on paperwork to making better strategic decisions. The key thing to remember, I think, is to just start small. Pick one thing that drives you crazy and automate that first.
That's it. To summarize, AI for small farms isn't about expensive robots yet. It's about accessible software that acts like a virtual assistant, tidying up your data and giving you powerful insights.
So let's give you that 3-point action plan. Things you can do in the next month.
Okay, action one, the paperwork shortcut. Trial a free AI chatbot. Don't start with something complicated. Just ask it to draft a simple job ad or a meeting agenda. The goal is just to save a little time and get comfortable with it.
Action 2, the data trend finder. Take a small, non-sensitive set of your own data, maybe last year's feed costs, and ask that same chatbot to look for patterns or suggest a what-if comparison. The goal here is to get one new insight from the data you already have.
And action 3, customer quick response. If you sell directly to people, set up a simple AI chatbot. Most website platforms have them built in. Just program it to answer your top 3 most common questions. The goal is to immediately free up your phone time.
And we have to say it one more time.
Mm.
Always check the
Oh.
AI's work for accuracy. It's a draft, not the final word. And be incredibly careful with private data. Your data security is your responsibility.
So what's the big takeaway from all this?
I think it's that even if full automation feels years away, these simple AI tools can change your role as the owner. You move from being stuck in the weeds doing the manual work to being the planner, the overseer of these smart systems. It frees you up to focus on the land, on your people, and on the future of your business. That's how you build resilience.
Thank you for joining us for this analysis of AI strategies for small-scale agriculture. We really hope you feel empowered to start experimenting with some of these tools.
You can find more resources on easy automation on our website. We'll be back next time with another exploration into how you can use technology to cut costs and reduce stress in your business.